record on this recording in progress. Mike Rogers, take it away, man.
Hey, it's the Mike Rogers Show. Mike Rogers here with you. And today we have a very special, for the first time ever, I've got someone who's in Los Angeles and someone who's in Cameroon in Africa. Global citizen, LA-based producer DJ Trotsky, and universally minded Cameroon-based singer Adango. They've come together and they've reimagined Kate Bush's single Babooshka, and it's charting on the Indies Radio Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome with me Adango and DJ Trotsky? So can you guys like introduce us? So this broadcast is people all over the world can hear it, but basically like 70% of my audience is Japanese. So we're gonna put Japanese subtitles on it, so you can say whatever you want. You don't have to worry about the Japanese. So how about introduce yourself? So Adango, why don't you go first? Tell us about yourself. Your what you're doing in music, how you got started in music, everything.
All right, it's long. I'm not that old, but it's long, so I'll cut it short. Okay, I'll start with Babooshka with DJ Trotsky because that's where the magic with the remix of Kate Bush started. So, like, I don't know, 6 years or 5 years ago, when I was in Cannes, my first concert out of the country, I was invited to Cannes, to France, to play with with people who were playing in medium festival. So, and DJ Trotsky saw me there. We couldn't talk, unfortunately, because for me it was the first time. So I think that everything for me was like 3D, you know, like everything magical. So, and he kept in touch with me because there's one of the song that I don't know. My English is not that good. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
You're good. We're good. We understand you.
I've put out one song that time named Maïga Mem. So he liked the vibe of the song because the song was electro. So he wanted to do the remix. So he asked me to send the files. I couldn't do that because I was busy. My schedule was like full, and you know I was young and I needed to experiment. I don't know, please, how they say, experience all these scenes, playing music, and later reach David Bronstein myself because yes, and that made me, and in a time of my life where I wasn't that good, you know, I was like struggling. I was very, very down, psychologically, asking myself about music because I've made like trying to see producer, beat makers. I have people, yes, in my country, but I couldn't find someone that. I'm sorry about that, about what I will say, because if my people listen to that, maybe tomorrow they will think that I just denied them. But
no,
up till now, I've not found someone who would like to work with her first to see wherever the work will bring us, whatever the work will bring us, will go with us. So it was it was a grace for me that David Bronstein, DJ Bronstein, agreed to work with me, and we first started that remix with Babooshka, and yes, I don't know.
Well, let me just say, just to add to what your story is here, is that we were there that year at MEDAM. There was a big focus on African music, And so there were many bands playing, and I guess you got selected to be part
Yeah.
of that event. And I heard I had left there was a live show that night. I had left, but I heard her singing, and I ran back to I got to hear who this is. I got to hear who this person is, and I only heard like the last song or two, and I was asking all these guys around me like, who was that? Who was that? And I finally met a guy who's like, I know who she is, and he gave me what your name was because I couldn't figure that out. And then we've it was real interesting to try to I learned so much about it. I heard so many African bands that time. It was good for me to like understand what that was really like with hearing, real African bands from Africa, not just the Western American LA version of African music, um, or translations of it. And then we started trying to figure out a song to do together. And then yeah, I think the last year or so I was at the airport in Barcelona, and I started getting messages from her saying, "Let's work together again. Let's try something again." So
Oh.
she sent me a lot of her songs that were in progress, and I was impressed with how they were all very different. And
Mhm.
and then I asked her to send me some other songs that maybe she had in progress because maybe there could be a remix. And I also again realized that she had so many skills and so many styles that she really liked. And and so she had this great recording of Babooshka that I wanted to do a reworked version. I loved her vocal, and I wanted to make it more contemporary and more pop and more, I don't know, international in my own way. So that
Mm.
was our first collaboration, and because I'm also have a lot of different styles that I like, and some of which, Mike, you've been playing on your shows. And but when I realized that she had many different styles, I went, okay, I don't have to find the one avenue, the one direction to work with her. We can try different styles, and so Babusha was a great start.
Ah.
I agree. I agree.
So Adango-san, I got
Yeah.
two questions.
Yeah.
How did you get chosen to go to this? Was it Midam or
Yeah,
Camp?
meet him in Cannes,
Midam.
France.
How did you do that?
Because
How did you get chosen? That's
they
impossible.
they came in Africa. They were searching for new talent,
Uh-huh.
and I was just uh, I don't know how to say it. I was just climbing in my own musical business, So they I had an opportunity to go and play when they were in Brazzaville in Congo.
Uh-huh.
So I traveled to Congo and I did my showcase. And
Hmm.
after the showcase, they selected me. So that's how I went there.
That's amazing. How old were you then?
Oh man, I'm old, I'm not that
No,
young.
you look like you're 20.
No, no, I prefer to say that, let's say that I was younger than now,
Okay.
younger than now.
That's the first time I've heard that. That's really good. Okay, so you were younger than you are now, and then
Yeah.
you go to Midam, and this this guy walks up and says, like, I want to produce your music. Didn't you think he was kind of strange? Like, uh-oh,
Oh,
uh-oh, this guy's trying to pick me up or something. Like, you didn't think that?
Well, we didn't even meet in person at Meetup.
Oh, oh, you
uh,
didn't.
I had to track her down and figure out, first of all, who was performing, and second of
Hmm.
all, how to get in touch with her. So I, yeah,
Oh,
even though we
that,
collaborated, sent a lot of messages, we actually only had our first face-to-face Zoom call a few weeks ago.
really? Isn't
yeah,
the internet is wonderful, isn't it?
yeah,
Something.
really.
So, I read an interview with you, Adango, and it says
Yeah,
when you sing your song, you sing your soul. You sing because
yeah,
it's how you exist in the world. At
yeah,
least that's what I believe. And it says you are a universally minded singer.
yeah.
Can you explain what that means to us in your own words?
In my
What does
own
that
words.
mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I sing my heart, I sing my soul, I sing my life because music is a therapy for my brain, for my heart, is a therapy for my life. There are many people on this world that are passing through many difficulties, many difficult things, and they try as they can to to hold on, to keep focused. And I had nothing. I just had my melody. I had my inspiration. And when I feel universal, because I feel deeply in myself, like I'm not wanted anywhere. So that's why I think that I'm from everywhere, because I don't feel like I'm own a land somewhere. I don't know. That might seem so weird, but I
Well, yeah,
can't.
you said that you think you're weird. You think you're.
Uh,
You said
I
I'm weird.
think.
I'm weird. I know. I know. DJ Trotsky is weird.
You're really weird.
So,
So,
when did you start realizing that you were different or weird? Like what?
like everybody,
Yeah. Well,
when when
I
my
don't think.
weirdness started to bother, to disturb other people, so
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't allowed to be weird. So that's where I found that my weirdness was so upside down. So you know,
Well, and when did you start singing?
She's frozen.
Oops, you still there?
That's a nice photo, though.
It
Eyes were.
is.
Hey, thanks for that question. That was like my next question. We're
Yeah,
mind
yeah,
melding.
yeah. Let's see if we get her back. Speaker gallery. Okay, don't hear you yet. I lost your visual.
This actually.
hello,
Oh, she's back.
Oh, there
Okay,
you're back.
okay. Can you hear now? Can you hear us?
what happened?
Internet,
Yes,
internet.
you people just disappear from the screen.
Oh yeah, we were here, but yeah, you
Welcome
just.
back.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
So
Mike,
why don't
why
you
don't you
ask your
ask?
question?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Adango, how y- when did you start singing? How did that become your expression and your therapy? When did you start singing?
But I started singing. I was a little girl because my father sang very well, like an angel.
Oh,
So, and he was a pastor. So I grew up in the
oh,
in church house church, not in Cameroon, in Gabon, because I'm from Gabon also. So my brother, my sisters, everybody in my house was like a singer. So I took it like professionally to make it my work. So
It's great.
your father was a pastor at a church.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. DJ Trotsky. I mean, how many like American really famous soul singers came from a family that sang at church choir? So many really famous people, and
Yeah.
that's a really stamp of approval in the United States.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for the blessing. I hope I will be famous also,
Hmm.
Well, so Adango,
Hi.
I've been wanting to ask you. I've been wanting to ask you, when did you
Yeah,
hear Kate Bush? When did you get introduced to Kate Bush, her music?
because for me, when I discovered first Kate Bush, we had like a small competition of artists, of singer, yeah, that we, the, I don't know, we had to sing different songs, like with different vibes to perform to that show. So for me, I went to to look, and I had my manager that sent me the file of the link of many singer, because you have I like old music, uh, like ancient music, ancient vibes. And when I saw the link of Kate Bush, the way the woman was moving, like what, she was so weird, and the voice was so singular that touches me. She was like feminine at the same time, so strong. And yes, and the song was so, what the fuck, I'm sorry, but it was good. So that's how I fell in love with the song, and I sang it. And like when I sang it, made like five 5 years before he was operated again. He passed again under the sensible hand of DJ Trotsky. So that's it.
That's great. That's great. Well, it was partly when we were trying to find a song to do together. Kate Bush was becoming so popular because of Stranger Things, the Netflix series, and I thought it would be a really interesting way have to introduce her voice and her singing to European, Western American
Mm.
audiences, and so it's always tricky to find the right. I don't know. That was what for me it was going to be an interesting sort of toe in the water of getting things started with introducing her uh, to European audiences and to American audiences, and it was just great for us to work together on a song that I knew before, and she sang so well. And I thought also, many radio people who are fans of Kate Bush would recognize the song, and it would just help us get people to listen to and be aware. And now Kate Bush is going to be into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She is.
Yeah, she's going to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in November.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
you know, um, I moved to Japan when Kate Kate Bush was big there. So I don't really know very many Kate Bush songs, as I explained to you before this meeting about how FM is here. So you guys have done Babooshka. So I got two questions. First, for Adango-san, I want to ask you, what does Babooshka mean? And then two is to DJ Trotsky, what is the future plan? Is Babooshka just like the start of an album, or what are you guys planning on doing? So Adango-san, please tell us, what does Babooshka mean? What is that
I think
Russian?
it's grandmothers, to all your grandmothers.
It is.
Babushka. Yeah.
I I thought, and I'm just like a dumb American, but I thought it just meant fat old lady.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was
Oh,
Russian, and it just meant
that's not sexy, man.
no. No, no, it's not very sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, babushka is a Russian word that means grandmother, and it's funny in a way, part of what respond why I responded to the song in a way was because partly my ancestors were Jews but living in Russia. They had to
Mhm,
escape when they were starting to uh, you know persecute and kill Jews. But
mhm,
so there is this kind of like cultural heritage to uh, to Russia for me, and also as the invasions of Ukraine have been happening, Russian Ukrainian heritage is sort of in the mindset these days. When Adango and I started working on the song, I researched it to try to find why did Kate Bush use the word babushka, and
mhm.
she said, I don't know, just the word kind of seemed fun. She didn't really answer the question well. I don't know if she has a deeper reason or she didn't really think it through, but
Oh,
but there is something about the ancestors and the grandmothers of our heritage calling out in a way.
Something about the sexy grandmother.
The sexy grandmother. Yes, that's right. That's
Well, when my grandmother shows up in a mini skirt, I'm going to go to the other room. So DJ Trotsky, is this the beginning of like the seed of an album you're going to
Well,
record?
yeah, we have a second song that we're in progress on. Because I knew that Adango was interested in all kinds of genres, and I'm also interested in different genres. When I was actually in Berlin a few years ago, I came up with this kind of weird hip hop beat, and at a certain point, I realized, I don't know, I'll just send it to her and see if she liked it. And she had not done hip hop yet, but then a few weeks ago, she sent me some tracks which I loved, and so now we're working on that. Wadunga, want to say anything about that song?
But it's the next bomb. So stay focused because we are going just to produce the bomb. So stay focused. It's good.
Yeah.
That's all I can say because we're still working.
So will
I
you
can't
guys?
say too much.
Do you have a plan in the future? Like, okay, we're going to release an album, and then we're going to tour. You know,
Well,
I
I
don't know,
think one
tour Los
song,
Angeles or London,
one
whatever.
song at a time.
Mhm.
We'll see what happens. We're both. She's pursuing her soul, doing solo record of songs, and maybe you can talk about that. She's pursuing her own stuff in her country and territories, and I'm doing
Mhm.
mine. And but I think I would. I've gotten great feedback from friends of mine who heard the song and loved her voice and loved what she did with it, and everyone's saying you should do songs with her.
Oh, so Adango-san.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
I've been a DJ for like, I mean, a radio DJ for like almost 40 years.
Okay.
So this guy, DJ Trotsky, you found the right guy because he is the only guy I know who I think would accept and have kind of a worldly view of things, accept new ideas and new concepts. I know a lot of people who do this job, but he's by far the best one. And he can, if you said like, hey, I want to do like some beep up craft work type of thing, he could do it. You know, whatever you want to do, DJ Trotsky can do it. And today is the first time I've ever spoken with him, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the first time too that I haven't spoken with you, so it's cool. We just met.
So okay, so when will the next record be released?
I don't know. Things take time. You know, the thing about creativity is, and I have many projects, Adongo has many projects, and you know, it's funny with the hip hop thing we're working on. I didn't know she would like it, and then a few months later, she did, and she get me some tracks, and took me a few weeks from when I got her tracks to put them into my project, and and now we're still figuring out what it's going to be. So the, the beauty of internet, it allows us to virtually collaborate, and but also we have so many projects. And Adanga, what do you have coming up that you're releasing soon? You something today or this week?
Yes, I've released a song with my partner in Marseille, a song called Don't Love Me That Way, because like poisonous love is not good. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, please.
Yeah,
Don't be, um,
you're
I
saying
don't
it
know.
right.
So,
Yeah.
so the song, we put the song out on the Sunday 4th, so you can have the song, download the song on the Apple, Deezer, and Spotify. Like you can the same platform to go and download Babooshka, remix DJ Trotsky and Adango. So there are many things there. Go and listen to it. They are good.
So when does that come out?
what did come out?
Your latest release. Your latest
My
release.
little is out now. I've put it
Oh,
out. We put it out on the Sunday 4th.
Oh, okay.
oh.
So just this past Sunday.
So I don't know. Can DJ Trotsky or I don't know Adango? Can you send me that track, and I'll try to play it
Uh, okay,
everywhere.
that's cool. Thank you. But don't forget to play Babooshka also.
Oh, I've been playing Babooshka.
Okay.
Babooshka hit what was it, number 40 or number 50 on the Radio Indie Alliance?
Number
Yeah.
50.
Number 50. See, I don't even know how that works exactly. But
Well,
I
Mike, you've been a huge fan of you been playing my music and playing this song. I really appreciate your playing and supporting our song and uh,
well no,
independent
you
artists.
DJ Trotsky, you make the cool songs, and if there were no cool songs, I couldn't play anything, right?
I try to keep them cool. I try to keep them cool.
So anyway, okay, so ooh. Anyhow, so ladies and gentlemen, today we had our guest, global citizen, LA-based producer, jet setter, DJ Trotsky, and Cameroon-based singer Adango. Look for Adango and DJ Trotsky to be hitting the charts at a neighborhood near you. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Trotsky and Adango. So do you want to